Welcome to my channel. Most men have no clue how powerful their words are. They think attraction is all about looks, money, or status. But the truth is the way you make her feel is what really sets you apart, and one of most underrated weapons. If you have a well-placed compliment, think about if they have you ever seen a woman's entire energy shift just because of something unsaid. One sentence delivered the right way can change the way she sees you forever. Today, I'm breaking down powerful compliments that go by and surface-level flattery. These aren't weak tree-hard lines that make you look desperate. These are deep psychological comply that triggers something primal in her mind, making her feel truly seen, respected, and drawn to you. And here's the brutal truth. If you're throwing weak generic compliments, you're just another forgettable guy in her DMs. But if you understand the Stoic approach to influence and attraction, the bore of self-control, calculated words, and the way you carry yourself, you'll know that true power lies in how you shape her perception of you. So if you're ready to elevate your game, stand out from every other guy, and leave a lasting impression, keep watching before we dive. Take a moment to subscribe if you're ready to transform how you handle your relationships using the power of Stoicism. Every video is a step toward mastering your mindset and building stronger, more meaningful connections. Compliment number 1: that fragrance or wearing is addictive. It smells amazing. Alright, let's start with something powerful: fragrance. Most of this, if you understand the deeper psychology behind attraction, you'll realize that a woman's scent is so of the most powerful triggers for memory and desire. Think about it. How many times has a certain smell instantly taken you back to a specific moment, a place, or even a person? It's because essence is directly linked to the compliant number 1. Brain's like a stem part responsible for emotions and memorialist. When you compliment a woman's fragrance, you're not just saying chess. Good compliment number 1, you're telling her that her scent lingers in your mind even after she's gone, and thought's an intoxicating thought for any woman. But here's the brutal truth. Moses don't pay attention to details. They throw out the compliments like "you lioness" or "that dress is pretty," but a man will notices how she smells, the energy her scent carries, and how it affects him. It's a man who stands out now. This is where Stoicism comes into play. A Stoic man understands that words have weight. Doesn't just blurt things out for validation. Every word he speaks is deliberate, intentional, and impactful. So when you say that fragrance you're wearing is addictive, say it like you mean it and overdo it. Confidence is quite, desperation is loud. Deliver it with that steady, grounded energy like man wanes value, and when you do, her entire body language shifts. She'll remember that compliment not just in the moment, but every time she wears that perfume again. That's the power of psychological attraction. Compliment number 2: your smile could brighten you an entire room. Let's break this down. This one's powerful and most guys miss it. A smile isn't just a simple facial expression, passion. It's a vibe, frequency, and energy that can shift the entire atmosphere. When you tell a woman that her smile could light up a room, not just commenting on how pretty her teeth are, or know you're recognizing her energy, that magnetic aura she brings into every space she enters. Think about, you've been in rooms where someone's smile just makes everything feel a little brighter, where the energy shifts and suddenly everyone feels more at ease. A smile like that isn't just about bod, it's power. That woman who can make a room feel lighter with just a compliment. Number 2: curve of her lips. Chills, influence. And when you pull it out, you're showing you understand that power. You're telling Harry, see your ability to change an environment with just your present. But compliment number 2. Here's the harsh reality. Most guys don't notice this. They get stuck in shallow compliments. It's about looks, but they miss deeper layer. A woman's smile is just her appearance. It's a reflection of her inner world, her openness and her ability to transmit positivity in a world that can be dark and unforgiving. So when you drop this compliment, you're in just flattering her. You're re-acknowledging something rare. You're recognizing the impact she has on people around her. And that's a compliment that goes deep. Now, let's tie this back to Stoicism. The Stoic man is a melon who is aware of the energy he brings to the table. It doesn't seek validation, but when he notices something worth appreciating in another person, heckles it out. Straightforward without hesitation. The same principle. Curious Stoic man isn't just seeing a smile. He's seeing the effect of that smile. Few way it can disrupt negativity and bring light into through. And let's be honestly, this compliment sticks. It's real. It's raw and it's powerful. Compliment number 3. I love how real you are. Don't try to fit in here. Just see. Let's be brutal honest for a second in a world full of off-masks where social media pushes every wear a filter, where fake personalities are the norm and where conformity is rewarded. Authentic it is becoming a rare and almost revolutionary. Being real isn't just attractivity's a power move. When you tell a woman I love how real you are, you're not just throwing out a generic compliment, you're reacting something that most people are too afraid to show the world, the courage to be unapologetic herself. Nowhere is the reality check. Women heart compliments about their looks off. Thought, you're beautiful. Amazing. Compliment number 3. You're stunning. That what happens when a man tells her something deeper? Happens? Compliment number 3. You notice the core off. She is not just the surface. That's when you strike it. A connection that goes beyond the shallow surface level. Praise your telling her, I see Yanti. The version you think you have to be for the world. But the raw, unfilled, inauthentic you, that hits differently. Base authenticity cuts through the noise. It shows that you're not just looking at her through the lens of attraction, but through the lens often we respect. Women are used to being valued for their looks. But when you appreciate who they are beneath all the layers, that's where the magic happens. That's when you start building a connection based on respect for her true self, not some manufactured version of her. And let's not sugarcoat it. Realm is intimidating. It's easy to conform, easy to hide behind the mask of what others expect. But the moment someone dares to show up as their real, raw self's power, that's what makes someone naturally stand out. So when you tell her you love how real she is, you're not just complimenting her personality. You're acknowledging the strength that takes to authentic in a world that demands conformity. In the realm of Stoic, as close tied to the idea of living in alignment with one's true nature. The Stoic man doesn't bend or bredo fit societal expectations. He is who is no pretensions, no compromises, no pretending, and the same principle you please. When you compliment her for being real, you're showing that you admire that strength. You're recognizing that authenticity isn't a flaw. It's a strength that makes us stand out in a world full of pretenders. And here's the brutal truth. Most people will never be as real as she is. That's why this compliment hits so hard. It rewrites real, and ultimately, it shows you're in it, interested in the fake versions of people. You want the real deal. Compliment number 4. Love the way you see the world. It's so unique, and it really maximum F. Let's face it. The world is full. Compliment number 4 of clones bop complaint. Number 4, living on a top pairing. The same tire opinions, hand following the same predictable routines. But then there are those who stand out, those who see the world differently, who don't just float along with the current, but instead challenge that status quo and redefine how they interact with everything around them, and when you notice that when you acknowledge that level of depth, you're tapping into something powerful to Ling. A woman. I love the way you see the world as more than just a compliment. It's a recognition of her mind, her ability. Tough critically see nuance and question the obvious. You're telling her that her thoughts matter to you in a world where most guys are obsessed with what's on surface, what she looks like, how she dresses, or if she fits the perfect mold. Hour cutting through all that superficial noise and appreciating her intellect. That's a rare move. Here's the reality though. Most people are trapped in their own bubble. Surround them with the same kind of thinking, the same kind of people. Easier that way. But when you come across someone who doesn't think like Ian else, who sees things from a different angle, that's when things get interesting. You can't help but be drawn to that mindset, that refreshing on the world. And if you're smart, recognize that value. You admire it. When you tell her you love the way she sees world, you're showing her that her perspective has weight. You're telling her that her ideas don't just echo in an empty room. They make an impact. But think about this for a second. Compliments air sheep, especially when they focus on surface level stuff. You're so beautiful. You look amazing. Love your hair, and I can throw this out. But when you say, I love the way you see the world, you're diving deeper. You're acknowledging Herman. You're interested in how she analyzes life. She interprets bearings. How she makes sense of the cows. That's rare, and it's exact L. What sets you apart from the pro? It's a sign that you're not just a man who gets distracted by physical beauty, but a man compliment. Number 5, who value substance. Compliment. Number 5, who's beyond the surface. And what's burial here? Most men don't care about Herman. They're too busy chasing after the next shiny object. But the moment you show interest in her thoughts, the way she processes the world, that's when you start building a true connection. You're in it. Just some guy trying to get in her pants. You're a man who respects what makes her different, what makes stand out from all the other women who simply follow the This is where Stoicism comes into play. The Stoic man knows through of wisdom, of seeing the world clearly, of questioning what's in front of him and seeking deeper understanding. The Stoic doesn't follow the crowd, hacks his own path, sees life through his own lens, and appreciates the unique perspectives of others. So when you give her this compliment, you're subtly tapping into that same philosopher, recognizing the power of independent and honoring her for having thicker rush. To embrace her uniqueness isn't just a compliment about how she sees the world. It's a compliment about her vision, her ability to look beyond the obvious, to find the deeper meaning, and to make you think twice about how you view things and trust meth. That's what separates the real men from boys. The ones who appreciate truth from those who are just playing shallow game. Alright, real quick, I want to hear from you. I commit below and tell me which of these compliance would you actually use in a conversation, or better yet, type this in comments. Words have power, and I know how to use them. Helps lock in what you've learned and boosts engagement. Let's see who's really paying attention. Compliment number 5. I love your energy. Contagious and makes me want to be the best version of myself. Let's face it, energy is everything you've probably encountered. Those people who drain you. Those who suck the life out of fevery. But then there are others who light it up. The kind of people whose energy doesn't just fill the space, commands it. When you tell her, I love air energy, it's not just a throwaway compliment. You're recognizing that 4-ish brings the way her compliment. Number 6 presents compliment number 6. All of it's everyone around her. Like a spark that ignites something in you, pushing you to do better, to level up, to become more. Energy isn't just about being fun. It's about being presented, that motivates, that makes Others want to the best version of themselves. And when you tell her that her energy is contagious, you're letting her know that she's the kind of person who inspires growth and action. Here's the brutal truth. Life doesn't wait. If you want to succeed, you need to surround yourself with people who force you to rise. People like her, with that kind of infectious energy, are the ones who push you to excel. She doesn't just exist in world. She makes it better by simply being herself. From a Stoic perspective, this is powerful. The Stoics believed in self-mastery, not just controlling what we can, but surrounding ourselves with those who challenge us to become the best version of ourselves. But recognizing her energy, acknowledging the impact she has on your growth isn't just about making her feel good. This is about recognizing true power. Her energy isn't just it. It's a call to action. It's the kind of off-presence that forces you to stop settling and start living your potential. And in a world where most men are stuck in mediocrity, that's the kind of woman you need by your side. Compliment number 6. You're honestly one of the most helpful people I've ever met. Care about others, and it shows. Let's get real in a world of self-centered games and fake personas. And thoughtfulness is a rare commodity. Everyone's out for themselves, looking for what they can get. But those who actually care, who put others first, stand out. When you tell her she's one of most thoughtful people you've ever met, you're not just paying lip service. Sayora recognizing depth. It's not just grand, it's the little things. Remembering small details from past conversations. Checking in on someone who was struggling, going out of her way to make people feel valued. The actions here are the mark of it. Compliment number 77. Woman who isn't just about getting attention, but about giving something. And when you notice that, it means you see her for who she really is. Here's the thing. Most people in today's world are selfish. It's all about status, followers, and quick gains. But thoughtful people, they're different. They had value. Not just take when you call it up. You're not online acknowledging her actions. You're respecting her character. Something deeper than surface level compliments. And thread pill world, we know that actions speak louder than words. It's a boot recognizing what's real, not what's flashier. Thoughtfulness is a reflection of her integrity, and that's something that stands the test of time. This is the kind of woman who doesn't just play the game for herself. She seems someone who genuinely adds value. From a Stoic perspective, we admire virtues. Stoicism teaches us to recognize what truly matters, living a life of finigrity and caring for others. So when you acknowledge her thoughtfulness here, just recognizing a trait or honoring, this is a woman who embodies value, and that's something worth appreciating. Compliment number 6. I love how driven you are. Your sense of purpose is seriously inspiring. Let's face it, ambition isn't just about chasing money or status. It's about the fire in your gut that pushes you to keep grinding, keep moving forward, no matter how hard life gets. In today's world of instant gratification, the ones who stay focused on their mission, who wake up every day with a sense of purpose, stand out. When you tell a woman, I love how driven you are, you're acknowledging something deeper than just her hustling. Recognizing her passion, her grit, and her refusal to settle for a mediocrity in a society where so many people just float through life waiting for things to happen. She's out there making things happen, and that's rare. You're telling her that you see the effort, the late nights, the sacrifices, the non-stop grind. You're saying, you pushing yourself to reach your potential, to build something real. That's not just a compliment. Compliment number 8. Recognition. Tells her that her drive. Compliment number 8 is noticed and admired. And in a world full of superficial interactions, that it's hard We live in a world where so many are content with just getting by, stuck in a comfort zone, afraid to break out. But a woman who's driven is afraid to face her vision. She's other with purpose, breaking barriers and making things happen. And when you cough it out, you're telling her that she's different. You're telling her she's not just some passing distraction. She's a force to be reckoned with in the red pill space. Understand that drive is men and women alike need that Ferretto thrive without it. You're just an interface in the crowd, but when someone has that purpose, that's it. Person who has true value, and as I see, you recognize that true virtue and commitment tunes mission and the relentless suit of excellence. Complementing her drive isn't just flattering, it's acknowledging her strength, it's honoring the fact that she's living intentionally, building, temping real in a world off distractions. Compliment number 8. Captivate, this incredible way of making people feel comfortable and truly value edits. About emotional intelligence's rare or almost magical ability to make others feel like they truly matter in a world full of people constantly trying to prove their worth or at themselves seem more important than they are. Someone who has this gift stands out. Seen it. It's that person hooks into a room and instantly changes energy. They don't need to say, their presence alone makes people feel at ease, like they've been accepted for well, they truly are. No facades required when you tell a woman you have this incredible way of making people feel comfortable and truly valued. You're pointing out something that most people overlook. It's not just about being pretty or having a nice smile. This is steeper. This is about the impact she has in others. It's about how she lifts people up, how she creates a space where others can breathe and be real without fear of judgment. Let's get real for Asen. How conclusion. People do now who make others feel seen. Most people are conclusion too, wrapped up in themselves. Their own security is their need for validation, that they can't help others feel good about themselves. But someone who emotionally intelligently knows how navigate human emotion show to read a room and adjust her energy accordingly. Here's where the brutal truth hits in. Today's world, being a blado connect on a deeper level is a superpower. And when you point that out, a woman, you're not just complimenting her. You're recognizing her value in a world that often values the superficial over the profound. And let's be honest, who doesn't want to feel seen? And what doesn't crave that feeling of being truly understood from a Stoic perspective? This compliment also touches in the virtue of empathy. The Stoics believed in the importance of understanding others, recognizing their humanity and fostering meaningful relations based on mutual respect. To make others feel truly valued requires wisdom and self-awareness. And that's what you're acknowledging when you offer this complete. You're not just recognizing her ability to connection. You're recognizing the strength that to be vulnerable, open, and authentic in a world that demands you your true self. And let's be real, in the world off masculinity and red pill thinking, being real zonf the most powerful things you can be, bathed for yourself and for those around you. And there you have 8 powerful complaints that go beyond surface level flattery. Aren't just random words though. Impress someone. They're about building real connections and letting her know you see her for who she truly is. If you found these compliments power of, wait until you see the impact off the right words. First thing in the morning, click on the video popping up on your screen. Woman can ignore thesis, even good morning text. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. Thank you for watching. For this